Hey there, Brett Eklund here. And today I would like to talk to you about how to practice music like meditation. If you think about meditation, the goal, if you can call it that, is to sit in silence, to quiet your mind, to silence the inner dialogue, the voices in your head. And ironically, the harder you try to do this, the more difficult it becomes. But any meditation is a good meditation. Anytime you sit to meditate, it's good for you. You get a little bit better every time. Just like practicing music. Same thing. Every time you practice, you're better for it. Not only because you're going to get a little bit better as you go along, but because you're feeling the music flow through you when you play. If you hit a single note, you can feel that vibration inside of your body. If you allow yourself to notice it, if you have the awareness to feel that note, instead of just hear it and think of it as a G. Okay, those are some of the voices we want to quiet. We want to quiet, first off, the peanut gallery. Those voices in your head that say, you suck, you'll never be good enough. And you know what? You never will be good enough. You'll never be as good as you want to be, because we always want to be better. But that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy the journey, because there is no destination, not in meditation or music. But I'm going to show you a couple of techniques that you can employ to try to enter this state of what I refer to as the listener. The listener is a musician who is able to quiet all of the critics in their head and not think about what their hands are doing, and just allow themselves to listen and experience the music as only the listener can. And I'm going to start off with a pretty cool chord, so that way more advanced players will find something interesting about the lesson here. And so you got your second finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, first finger, 6th fret of the 4th string, pinky, 8th fret of the 3rd string, and your third finger is tucked in there, 7th fret of the 2nd string. This is an E major 9 chord, and we'll just start with that as an example. So what we're going to do first is just play the chord. I'm just going to start on the 6th string, and I'm going to pick up to the 2nd string, and then back down. Make the volume as even as possible, and then lower the volume without slowing down. And then gradually bring it back. So a good meditative practice would be to, as you're breathing, have the volume go up with the increased pressure of your lungs on the in-breath, and have the volume go down as you release the air. So something like this. If I that sort of thing, right? I'm going to show you another cool chord, and then I'll show you another cool meditation exercise. The next chord, we're going to keep our second finger where it is on the 5th string, 7th fret. We're going to move our first finger down to the 5th fret of the 4th string. It's a little bit of a stretch. And then your third finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and your pinky on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. And this is an E minor 9. Now remember, you can do these exercises with any chord, just a regular old C chord, or even open strings, whatever works, whatever you can do. And now the next step is I'm going to single out one note and play it louder than all of the rest. So it becomes kind of a pulse for us to follow, okay? And I'll just start off with the thick string because that's the obvious choice, the first note. Right? But let's say I choose the second note. That with each of the different strings. One that sounds especially cool is the second string, so that high note, let that one ring out a little bit, like I was playing at the beginning there. You could even choose a note to hit a little bit louder on the way back. This time I'll pick the fourth string to hit on the way back. And then you combine the two techniques. So maybe I'll go back to the one that I really like with the high note and finish off with that. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have this note ring out a little bit louder than the rest, and at the same time bring the dynamics of the whole thing up and down a little bit, okay? And that's how I'm going to finish. So here we go.